Hey everybody, it's Wednesday morning. Apologies again because all the videos are late. Basically, when I get home, I take my final dose of medicine for the night and eat, and I've been feeling so bad and so worn down, and my foot's been hurting so bad that I basically just go to bed. And that's just how it's been. And then this morning, my brat of a dog, Lily, decided to wake my wife up because she's been peeing on the floor, and we've been getting on to her about it. And 'cause she has her potty patch, but the door is shut. My wife doesn't leave the door open enough where she can get it open and get out. So she woke my wife up. My wife thought she had to go pee. So my wife got up with her and walked out there to watch her pee, and she went and got a drink and then ran back and jumped in bed and snuggled with me. My wife was pissed. And I guess I was kind of awake, and she goes, do you know what your dog just did? And this is probably about 2 o'clock this morning. She said she just woke me up so I would take her to go get a drink, and then she came back to bed. And I go, well, maybe she was scared. She didn't want to go in the dark by herself. She wanted somebody there with her, because I know Rufus sometimes will do that. Like if he's drinking and you turn off the bathroom light, because he has a water bottle since he has a cleft palate. So sometimes when you cut the light off, he'll stop drinking and walk away because he doesn't see very well in the dark. The daytime, he has eyes like a hawk. Like he'll see squirrels and crap in the yard before any of the other dogs do. It's just at night he can't see. He's like his dad. I can't see hardly at night either. So anyway, she was mad about that. Well, Lily wouldn't go back to sleep. She went back to sleep for a little bit, and then she decided to wake up and start messing with me. So I've been up technically since about 5 o'clock this morning, and I just couldn't go back to sleep. And then I finally fell asleep for about an hour and a half before my alarm went off. And I don't know, I just got a lot of stuff going on, and all this college stuff, and I'm really worried about my foot. I haven't really let on to a lot of people, including my wife, how worried I am about it. And I talked to my dad last night and told him what was going on, because I hadn't talked to them yet about it. It's getting like a lot better. I'm just really worried about it. It's one of those things when a doctor tells you the bone in your foot is infected from basically your toes nearly to your ankle. That worries me, that I could get an infection that way. And I know how it got into my foot. We figured that out pretty quick. It's because I have athlete's foot on my left foot, and so my wife's been doctoring it every night, and it's actually starting to clear up. And this is only like we started doctoring it Monday night. That's already starting to get better, along with taking the steroids and antibiotics. So I'm 99.9% sure. Whoa, sunlight. Sorry guys. That I'm going to be fine. It's just something that I'm worried about. And I don't know if anybody else is worried about it. I think my wife's a little worried, but she knows that the medicine's taking care of it. But it's something that worries me, because if I had just blown it off, I probably would have ended up having to have that bone taken out. And I don't know what they do in those situations. Do they just take your foot, or they just cut that part out and then have to fuse something together so you can actually stand on your foot? I don't know. So when the doctor told me that if I'd have waited a week, I would have had to have had surgery. That worries me that it got that bad in a week. So I don't know, I'm keeping my spirits up because I got school starting and all that. And so I think all of that all together is kind of putting some pressure on me and making me worry a lot more than I need to. Just like worrying about that entrance test. Well, it's not even an entrance test into college, it's just a placement test. I was so worried about it, and I actually did a lot better than I thought I was going to. So I need to stop worrying and just start doing, and not let those negative thoughts creep into my head. And it is what it is. I mean, it's life, and sometimes stuff like that happens. Sometimes bad stuff happens. It seems to me that a lot of bad medical stuff happens to me. It's like I'm this weird science experiment. So I'm used to it now, though. mean, it happens, and we just move on from there. So I go pick my classes today, and I talked to my dad last night, and I was like, I thought my uncle had a degree because he was in the military, and he said no, he never finished. And I said, well, my cousin's son, who is my second cousin, there's only two of us left to carry on the family name. So it's me and then my second cousin. It's just him and I, and that's it. So if neither one of us have kids, which I'm pretty sure him and his girlfriend, whenever they get married, eventually they'll probably have kids. They'll be great parents. They're really good kids. So I say kids because they're like half my age. That's it. I mean, that's how we're going to carry on the family name. There's two of us left. Well, he's not going to school right now. So, or from what I asked my dad, he said no. Not that I've heard, nobody said that he is, and I haven't seen anything on Facebook that he is. So if I say if, and I'm going to change that, when I get my degree, I'll be the only male in my family on my dad's side, one that carries on the family name, that has a college degree. Like in history of our family, I'll be the only one. We have a few of the females, like my second cousin Katie. She just graduated from Texas Tech, which I'm like super proud of her. That's so cool that she graduated and has a teaching degree, and that's like amazing. And her and her husband and kids are an amazing family, and I love those guys to death. So I'm very proud of her, and her mom, which her mom would be my I guess my ex-cousin-in-law. She's still my cousin. It's funny, somebody's asking me who she was, and I said aunt at first, and I was like, wait a second. It's like, she's not my aunt. I was like, that's my cousin's ex-wife. Anyway, they've been both very encouraging about the college thing and about the test and all that. And so they've really been there to help boost my spirits through all this, and like reinforce the fact that they know I can do this, and it's so cool that I'm going to school and doing this. And it's crazy to think it's been 22 years since I've been in high school, even though I technically didn't graduate till 2008. And actually I'm going to do a story time about that too in the future. But it's crazy to think 22 years later I'm going to get my degree, and really it's out of necessity more than anything else, because it's getting to the point now that the job market is where it's at, and everybody's getting degrees, and if you don't have one, you're never going to go anywhere. You're always going to be at the bottom of the ladder. I don't want to be the bottom of the ladder. I want to be at the very top. So like I told my boss, when I retire, if I get hired by this company that I'm at now, when I retire in 25-30 years, I don't want to have a going away party and the next day people go, okay, let's clean up his office and move somebody else in. I want people to be like, oh my God, I can't believe he's gone. Do you think maybe we can pay him just to be a consultant for a couple of years so we can find somebody? I want to be the most valuable person at that company. So that's ultimately my goal. We'll just have to work hard and see if we can achieve it. And well, I know I can achieve it. I just need to work hard. That's all I need to do. And I'll get there eventually. It'll take me 6 years before I have my master's in business administration, but when I do, then there's pretty much no stopping me at that point. All right, so I'm rushing over to the university, well, college, technically, it's not a university, and going to pick my classes, and I'm running late. I got about 15 minutes to get over there before my session starts, and I think I can make it as long as the lights will go back to green, and I can hit all the lights and get all the way over there, because it's probably another good 20 minutes with red lights. So I'm rushing to get over there. All right, I just left the school. I was there for a long time, and we had a little bit of a problem getting me registered. They didn't show me as a student. They had to move my ID over to student status, and then they showed me out of district, and they had to go fix that too. So I'll know my totals tomorrow on how much it's going to cost. But I'm only taking an English and a math because that's all I could get into this semester, which is fine. Everything else was already full. So what they're having me do is take one on-campus class and one online this first time to evaluate it and see if which one I excel in more. Because they said that if when I register for summer, what I can do is try to get Saturday classes and get like 2 Saturday classes like in a row and do like English Comp 2 and US History, and then do my other math. Now on the math, I missed placing by 18 points, but I didn't realize how much they dropped from there. And I basically missed placing in elementary algebra, which is what I wanted to go into, by 1 point. So I could go and take the test again if I wanted to and try to score higher, or I can just take these math classes that are easy and it'll ramp me up. So I'll have 3 math classes before I can go into my normal math, which is fine. I have to have some additional credits when I transfer to the 4-year school, and so that's going to be 3 extra credits that'll help me, because all of those will get the count, which is cool. The way that that's all set up, those will all count for that other school. And I talked to them about it, and they said that the other school I want to go to, which is University of Houston Victoria, is all online. By that time I'll be used to doing online stuff and it won't be that big of a deal. And they said that that's a really good school and it's a really great program, and the best thing about it is that I only have to do my last 30 credit hours there, and they said that won't be that bad to get that done as long as I'm doing like spring and summer and fall. Now the other thing they told me on the summer sessions are really short. They're half the time. They're 8 weeks. So they said what you want to do is only do 2 during the summer and try to pick a couple of easy courses out of your courses and knock those out. So for the summer, this next time I'll probably do a math one, which will be pretty hard, and then I'll probably pick like the business computer applications or something easy that I can do. And I'm thinking that if I can get 2 classes, even if they're 8 weeks, that are Saturday classes, even though they're in Austin, I have to drive into Austin to go to them. Like they said, you get a lot more out of those classes, and you have a lot less homework because you do a lot of coursework while you're there. So it levels out with doing it online. So they said it is possible to still do 3 classes in the summer, but it's really hard. So we'll just see how math and English goes this time and go from there when it comes to the summertime. All right, so I'm winding down my night. It's been an interesting night. I went and got Chinese food, and then I was getting on the highway, and they fixed the highway so you can go just straight through. You don't have to exit. But there's an entrance, and they built the entrance back too far. The shopping center kind of lets out halfway through it, but there's nothing there. It's just painted stripes. So I just drove across it and got on the highway, and like 2 people followed me. All of a sudden a sheriff's officer pulls me over, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, really? I'm like, you didn't even see me do it, so don't even attempt that. And I was kind of getting a little pissed. I was getting pulled over. Well, come to find out, I had a taillight out, which is really cool that they stopped and let me know. Wasn't that big of a deal. They ran my license. Of course, there's nothing on there. Hush! And then she said, oh, it's just a warning. Just go get it fixed whenever you get a chance. So I went up to Walmart to go get a bulb, and I was flipping through my manual, which I've really never done on the Prius, and I just happened to hit this one page that was talking about storage. I thought, it's weird, I never noticed this. And there's like a 12 or 14 inch drawer at the bottom of the console on my Prius that we never knew about. So I've had the car over a year and had no clue that it was even there. So I pulled it out and I was like, holy crap, it's underneath the front console. Of course, it has a deep area, and then has 2 cup holders, and it's underneath that. And I was like, what the hell? How did I not know that? Craziness. And so then I replaced the bulb, which took like 2 seconds. It's literally the easiest thing I've ever done on a car. And I remembered that my trunk has a light. So I'm like, God, this car's just surprising the crap out of me tonight. So I've had a pretty good day. With all the school stuff, hopefully it'll all be straightened out tomorrow. They had me, there were some things that they had to fix on their system, and so it's supposed to be updated after midnight. So I'm going to check it in the morning and make sure it's all updated and everything's good, and that I'm on track, and that I can get my payment plan set up and all that, and do payments. The book for my English, I got lucky. There was 2 English classes. They're both Saturday classes, and I'll actually be going to a campus to do these, or to do the English class. And there's 2 different ones, and I picked the second one. And when I looked at the difference in the books, I didn't even look before. One of them, the books, I have to have a book and it's a spiral bound like writing book, and then I have to have one of those composition notebooks. It's $25.27 at the college bookstore. The other class, the book used is like $54. The book that professor chooses to use for their class, and then you have to have, you know, those 27-cent composition notebooks. So I was like, holy crap, I dodged a bullet. The math one is the one that sucks because the software is $85, but I think all I have to do once I pay it once is that I pay like a small, I think it's like a $20 or $25 fee if the next math class I take still uses the same software, which it's supposed to. Then I'll just pay another fee for that module, but I don't have to buy the software all over again. It's the only crappy thing. It's not something that I can turn around and resell. I'm stuck with it. But we'll get it all figured out. I'm only going to take the 2 classes for now, and then we'll just see what happens in the summer and then the fall, and hopefully I can add more on. So an update on my foot. I'd love to say that it's feeling better, and it is to an extent, but I don't know that it's actually healing properly. So we went ahead and precautionarily made an appointment for Monday for the orthopedic surgeon. So don't know what's going to happen. He may say, hey, it's healing up, just give it, you know, another week. We might have to do some more pain medication and maybe some more steroids and antibiotics just to completely knock it out. Or he may say, you know, I got to stick a big ass needle in there and pull fluid out and run a test and see what the hell's going on. So we don't know. So Monday I'll be going into work early and then coming home early, going to that appointment, and then of course I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'll have time to put my leg up. Like right now my ankle hurts more than anything, and it's kind of spread up again, and the top of my foot, I just took my boot off and my foot's hurting a lot since I took the boot off. I guess because the boot has a lot of cushion in it. So anyway, I'm kind of worried about it, and I'm kind of not. I'm trying not to make myself worried about it. I got other stuff to be worried about, like school and everything else. So and catching up on videos. My wife's like, oh, just go to bed early and you can upload your videos tomorrow. And I'm like, babe, I haven't uploaded a video in a week. So I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. I got to do them all tonight and get all caught up. So that's what if you're watching this, that's what I did. I stayed up and did that for you guys, so you'd have it. So I only have 2 more days of work, and then the weekend, and then of course Monday will be a interesting day, and then I'll be off Tuesday and Wednesday. So anyway, that's all I got for tonight. Thank you guys for watching and sticking around. I know the video thing's been really screwy, and it's just because I come home and I start feeling like crap from taking all this medicine, and I just don't really feel like doing much of anything. I'm kind of forcing myself because there's things that I want to talk about and get out there, and it's good therapy for me to get it out there and talk about, especially with my leg and my worries about school and all that. So anyway, if you're not a subscriber and you want to subscribe, please do. It will get better, especially when I start going to school. I'm going to make time to do the videos, especially on Saturdays when I go to school and come back. So I may even talk to my English professor and see if I can record from time to time in class, so you guys can check that out. And if you like the videos, hit the like button. You can leave me a comment. I know how to reply to them now through Google+. Leave me a message. I'm still catching up. I know I owe a couple of people reply messages, and I'm sorry, and I'm catching up to those. And then you can always hit me up on Twitter at YouTube_Frank. So thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good Wednesday. Mine was very interesting, but it's turned out to be pretty good. Other than my foot hurting right now, it actually has turned out to be a pretty good day, pretty interesting day. So I guess I will see you all tomorrow.